What's up, everyone? My name's Ezzy, and welcome back to Roulette Reviews, where I have to spin a wheel to see how I'm going to review a movie or TV show. Today, I'll be talking about The Godfather, released in 1972. So, let's spin this wheel and see how we're doing this thing. Okay, once again, we have the wheel here. You guys know the drill. Let's spin it. See what we get. Letterboxd review reaction. Okay, this one is a little weird. So, how this one works is I have to go on Letterboxd and I read someone's review off the movie and react to it and see if I agree with it. Someone's very detailed review. Okay, let's do this. So this is the first time showing my Letterboxd account on here, but you guys go follow it. It's just Ezzy or at Dengar's Popo. I'll put it on screen. So it's in my recent activity. I watched it 4 days ago. Let's see. So I'm gonna just look at people's that I'm following, or that are following me. I want to see just some of my friends. Let's see. Who gives extremely detailed reviews? Who does? Oh, August Keller. He gives his. Let's look at Tyler Whitmore first. His reviews are extremely. Let's look at two. Why not? Okay, we're gonna start with Tyler Whitmore's. So, if you guys don't know him, he makes a lot of shorts, a lot of guest movies on Instagram and on TikTok. Let's read it. So he says he rewatched it August 25th in 2022. He says, absolutely masterful. Young Pacino and De Niro were fun to see, but Marlon Brando absolutely stole the show, which I have to agree with. He was Marlon Brando's character was my favorite. The gravity his characters would have maintained was incredibly impressive, and I truly felt the weight of his words and the magnitude of his presence, which I 100% agree with also. Beyond being elegantly written and directed, this movie is wildly entertaining. I would say that for most of it, and builds tension. Yep, I agree, and creates suspense wonderfully. When Michael goes to the Italian restaurant and I have to go to the bathroom, that was so good. Yes, that was my favorite scene in the entire movie. That entire sequence, up from them explaining how they're gonna do it to the end of the restaurant scene. That was my favorite. So he says the only knocks on this, which are nitpicky, are some of the minor supporting roles were not acted very well, especially compared to the stars. And also the action aged very poorly, as the fist fights were rough and it consistently took 30 bullets for someone to fall down. I don't know. Okay, it was a 1972 movie. I guess Star Wars was 1977. They did a much better job of making the movie. But yeah, it did take like a lot of bullets for someone to fall down. That's true. I have to agree with that. I don't agree with half of it. The action, it did. I mean, it's a 1972 movie. What do you expect? There was a few scenes where, I mean, you could clearly see the punching was fake, but I can't really complain about that. I can't complain about that, honestly. I'm gonna disagree with that. I think that's really nitpicky. I guess he was right. I'm gonna like this. Let's go see August Keller's. He's a bit of a smaller creator, but I might tag him in this. Let's see. Okay. The Godfather is legendary. Its downfall arc, thorough dialogue, structured tension, unique development, paralleling themes, motivated plot, bitter ending, and symbols all remain iconic. Characters have distinct objectives, morals, and contradictions, which are deepened by subtext that contemplates the dichotomy between personal and business. All these giant words, man. Very advanced, August. All this is further enriched by prime performances from Brando and Pacino. Yep, we already mentioned that. It's true. They did the best. They were really good. They were extremely good. Who bring precise mannerisms, chilling charisma, subtle layers, gradual evolutions, and controlled believability. 100% agree with that. Ultimately, The Godfather examines broad ideas like responsibility, power, morality, and tradition while delivering a relatable and exemplary protagonist journey. Technically, The Godfather is equally classic. Meaningful tones, pace, juxtaposition, and blocking are established. Visuals eloquently use motion framing, shadows, composition, and color. The editing intercuts, match cuts, dissolves, and montages to highlight relationships. Meanwhile, diegetic sound motifs stress, agitation, isolation, and chaos. Similarly, its perfect music invokes melancholy, reminiscence, and suspense. Also, the iconic production brings real locations, symbolic costumes, time passage, and a detailed era. Finally, the effects, explosions, gunshots, wounds, and prosthetics. Overall, The Godfather is optimized filmmaking and a fundamental masterpiece. That's a lot of big words, to be honest, but he gives it a 9.9 out of 10. I agree. The first paragraph, everything is pretty much what I would believe, because especially Brando and Pacino, they were, oh my gosh, they were so good in this role. Brando, I think, though, but we mentioned that earlier. Yeah, the pace, I think, I have to disagree with. I think the pacing was not good. Like, I'm gonna be honest. That's a huge sway in my opinion. I think it's not good. I'll not disagree with that. I think there were some moments where it was like extremely boring, and there were some moments where like extremely entertaining. So I'm gonna disagree with both Tyler and August on this one, on that one. But everything else, like, it's a masterpiece for its time. It definitely is. I'm gonna like that review. So August gave it a 9.9. Tyler, 4.5 is pretty much a 9 out of 10. So above a 9 out of 10. Yeah, writing 10 out of 10 definitely. Direction 10 out of 10 definitely. Cinematography, I would give that in like 8, to be honest. Acting, yeah, 10. Editing for that time, yeah, 10. Same with sound and score, definitely. Production design, yeah. Casting, yeah. Okay, effects. So I pretty much agree with 90% of it, except for my obvious nitpick about the pacing. So let's go back and let's give this movie a final rating from my opinion. Okay, so I pretty much agree with everything August and Tyler said, except they both mentioned, so Tyler mentioned that it was extremely entertaining, and August mentioned that the pacing was phenomenal. I have to disagree with both. The pacing, I don't think, was it, honestly. There was some moments where it was extremely entertaining, like I was locked in for like 30 minutes straight, and there's some moments, you just got into talk moments where it was really boring. Like, that's another nitpick I see all over Letterboxd reviews, how boring it is. I'm gonna have to agree with it's both boring and entertaining, and it's a little bit too long, but it feels more than like an hour and 50 minutes, honestly, because of the pacing. So, before I give you my final rating, please like the video if you've enjoyed it so far. Subscribe to not miss the next video, and comment if you agree with me or August reviews or Tyler's views, and comment below any ideas or things that add on the wheel, any movies you want me to review. I'm open to all suggestions. So, my final rating for The Godfather is going to be a 9.1 out of 10. I wish the pacing was better. Everything else, it's a masterpiece, honestly. A masterpiece for its time. And probably the most popular movie of all time, too. Okay, that's it for this one. Peace.